Welcome everybody to the Reality Guys. I'm your host Brian today with Kevin. This is episode 19. We are talking Survivor. This episode was called "There's Gonna Be Blood," episode 7. And
what's it called?
There's Gonna Be Blood.
Hmm.
And this is our to be continued. We've been sitting in these chairs and spots for a whole week now. Waiting to continue this episode. So, I mean, and again, Kev, I think they just throw you into things. There's like no build up or like anything at all. It's just like we go right.
Well, it was kind of a runoff of last episode.
Yeah.
Where like we could get to what's her face on the island. One, I did not think she was going to do that. Both of us didn't.
Yeah, no, I was surprised. And we don't even know the fallout of it yet either, which is because like it
I do.
What do you mean?
I know that my guess is done. I was upset about it.
Wait, what? Oh, who? Sydney?
Deshaun.
Oh, like in the future, you mean?
Yeah, to be the winner. Spoiler alert, everyone.
Yeah,
but
we'll get there because this is kind of, there a lot of stuff happened. Like I don't think a lot happened until like the last 10 minutes.
Right, and I was like talking about that.
Crazy.
I don't see how the way that they did this season that this is not going to be an every single elimination like or tribal like situation. You know, like
constant like running around and talking.
It just seems like everybody has an advantage. Everybody has an idol of some sort. Like, but there's different speculations to like each of the advantages and like all that stuff. So like, I just find it's going to be one of those things that I'm going to watch it and give up on trying to like figure out
confident in a winner.
It's more worth me just watching and still getting hyped about it and figuring out at the end how crazy it like actually was.
Right. So at the beginning of the episode, we have Xander, Nasir, and Shan have an idol, and Leanne, and Deshaun, or he just has.
Well, Deshaun had the extra vote.
He's the extra.
That was the other thing. Yeah, that was the other thing. So it was like
that's a lot. That's a lot of idols.
Right, and that was going into before the official
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So hopefully it kind of calms down a little bit with that, but I think they are also kind of testing it as to like, is it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, no, that makes sense.
I could see them throwing out just as many or toning it down, realizing like this is getting intense.
Right. Yeah, I kind of agree.
This could be exactly what they wanted. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. We don't know like because it like had a year off. We don't really know like what their plan is, because this is a half an episode pretty much. Like really only like 3 major things happen, but it's over an hour span, which is not normally the case. Usually there's like a reward challenge and a tribal council and camp life.
Yeah.
So let's just get started. So Erica breaks the glass, which we didn't expect, and it flip-flops, and they do like kind of a good, and I don't really like the Shaw was just like, yeah, it's the game. Like there wasn't that many people visibly angry.
Right. And he wasn't. Like,
yeah.
I don't I guess everybody was like, well, I guess they all they didn't expect it. That's for sure.
Right. Because it's so different.
They did handle it better than
we thought they were.
You did get like the drop draws or the dropped jaws, but like at the end of the day, I think everybody's just expecting change.
Craziness. Right.
Like I really do like that. It puts like nobody can really plan for shit. And that's my biggest gripe with all these things. Like the challenge and stuff. It's the players figure out ways to get through.
Yeah, beat the system.
Yeah, beat the system perfectly. And the way that they're doing it with this, and they're also doing it in the challenge, is just throwing out like random, oh wait, never mind. What you thought is no longer. And it kind of keeps people on their toes and makes people break alliances, basically, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, no, fair. Very fair. Because there's definitely a lot of lines flipping in like 5 minutes. At the
It was
end.
awesome.
Yeah.
It was chaotic. That at the end there, it was
Yeah. Well,
that,
I want
that
to save all the end stuff because like I feel like that's probably gonna be a majority of this episode because all like I have a page of notes. I would say 75% of it is like that last 5 minutes because like
right,
just so
right.
much stuff is happening so quickly. So she breaks the glass. We weren't expecting that. They didn't like we were kind of hoping that Nasir they'd like have like a monologue of Nasir being like, oh, this is what like I would have done because I would have been there, but that never happened. So I don't think he would have broken it. He seems like a straight shooter.
Oh, that's a good. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that because it did come down to the two of them going. I don't think he would have.
Yeah, I
but
think he's too much of a straight shooter.
yeah,
And he also has
run its course.
right. So then they just go right into the elimination, and it's like a foot game. So they need to like they have to untie it with their feet, right? Or is it with their feet or with their mouth? Let's just go on with the assumption.
I
It's
don't.
feet.
I think it was all feet.
All feet. So they have to untie a thing that opens like they have all these blocks that they have to set up in like a pillar, like a circular motion like this, and then it gets smaller and smaller, but you have to stack them on top and then plant a flag in.
It was a pyramid. Yeah.
Do you think you would have been good at that?
Absolutely. I would have killed it.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
I think you would have too.
What?
I think you would have too.
Yeah.
Anybody who ever played soccer in their lives would have been able.
That's true.
Like just the foot.
Yeah, and I was like watching it. I think Danny's feet were just too big.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think like he was kind of at a disadvantage there, like because he's like his feet are like you got these little Sydney feet, these little Evie feet, these little Ricard feet, and then you have these massive Danny feet that are trying to like stack blocks with precision, and it's not.
It came down to what Ricard and Sydney.
Yeah, the three. It was Ricard, Sydney, Evie. Evie was leading for a while, and I was very worried that she.
Oh, me too.
But then she dropped it. But then.
But then it was like within seconds.
Yeah, it was very close.
And I was actually surprised that Ricard won until I saw they were trying to like get their 1 foot through their stacked things, and then Ricard was just like, I'm going up top. Like
yeah, like that last part would have been definitely strange.
Oh yeah, that would.
I didn't really like they were moving back so quickly that I couldn't really get a gauge of like people using their toes or like what a good strategy was because it kind of happened very quickly. They just kept zooming in on the hole. Like it was just
I know. Like, I would have won.
Zooming in on the
hole.
Oh
Yeah.
Of like a little stick, little
like,
twig.
All right, well, what are they doing? Yeah,
right. So Ricard wins immunity. I'm not like that upset about it because I think like at this point in the game, like the Luvu had so many numbers that I was just not really concerned.
I fucking hate him. I
don't like him either, but it wasn't a point in the game where I was worried. But I mean, I should have been worried because we'll find out later what happens. But so we finally get camp. We get a little bit of camp life today.
Yes, yeah,
which is nice. Nasir was fishing, like people are talking, other people doing work. There's a lot of like Evie's the option. Then it was Sydney. Then it went back to Evie. Then it was Deshawn. Were you worried for a little bit?
I was worried the whole time.
Yeah, I was a little worried
the whole time for Deshawn's sake only.
Yeah.
And it set it up so well that I knew what the outcome was going to be. Like I knew exactly what Evie and Xander were like. They had up their sleeve.
Knew that they were scheming.
It was the second when somebody told Xander like, oh, they know you have an extra vote, and the girl, I forget, Sydney, came and was like, so what's going on? And they said
Leanne, I think.
Or Leanne, yeah. Came in and like approached them, but tried playing like, like I have no idea, and they weren't
right. Here. But did you know? You thought that Tiffany had it the entire time?
No.
Yeah, that threw me off.
Wait,
I thought like,
that would happen?
yeah, he gave it to Tiffany, and then act like he still had it, but he made a fake idol.
Right. I thought he gave it to Evie.
They were going to, but that was the trick. Like they were gonna pass it to her, but they never did. They like act like Xander had it, but Xander gave it to Tiffany, and then he still acted like he had something folded up, and then
Right.
so
I didn't realize that at all.
well, you didn't know that till the end, but it's hard to
Oh.
talk about this moment without talking about the end. I think
Oh,
it'd just be
okay.
too confusing.
Yeah, well, I was confused there because she brought out the whole "why wouldn't you give it to me?" Evie did, or something like that.
Yeah, no, Evie was definitely scheming. Skeevy Evie, as Bill would like to
Yeah,
call her.
yeah.
He was definitely
And,
doing a lot of scheming, dude. And like, she again crying at the end. Like like when she did that challenge,
somebody who hates guys so much, she tries to emulate them a lot.
just cry.
Like,
she cried when she lost the challenge. I was like, shut up.
I'm talking like basically everything she hates about guys.
Like you talking like how she bullies, trying to bully people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She like empowers people and like
Yeah.
also like is like that stereotypical terrible dude that like manipulates girl. Like it's exactly what she was doing.
Right. So I'm gonna try to explain kind of what happened at camp really quickly before we get to tribal council, because I kind of skipped ahead saying that Tiffany had it. So Xander has the idol. They're talking about giving it to Evie. Deshaun somehow finds out that here's what it was. Okay. So we get Leanne is like scheming, like, I want to take the idol. So we finally go to tribal council. And they're all talking. Evie's running her mouth, like saying, like, "Oh, I'm trustworthy, whatever." And Deshaun blows up her spot. It was like, "Yeah, well, you told me that Xander had an idol, and Xander didn't know that, and I really thought he was going to tell her at that moment."
That was
I was
awesome.
like, everything is coming together for this show
For one second,
yeah.
Oh, we got this. I do the
Right.
same.
Right, because dude, somebody said it on the show in a confessional. Like, he's got really good social game. Like his social game is really good.
Which is why he was such a threat, and that's what sucked.
Yeah,
he's not. Did they say he's going to be the first member of the jury?
Sean didn't get voted out.
It's usually like once the merge happened. I want to say they said they made the merge after that. So
yeah, well, Deshaun didn't get voted out. Yeah, right?
What?
Deshaun didn't get voted out.
Yeah, he did.
No, it was Sydney.
Oh, I thought Deshaun did.
No.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Who got voted off of tribal? Sydney got eliminated. Am I like breaking news to you right here?
No, I mean, I watched this. I thought for sure, or maybe I like, because it was right before we were about to record yesterday that I stepped away to like get ready.
Yeah, so Sydney got eliminated.
Oh wait, I thought this was for sure Deshaun.
No.
You guys got me good, and like.
What? Wait, we didn't have a text. I didn't text about it because Bill had to watch it.
No, I'm saying him personally.
Yeah, if you stepped away from the ending of it, it was close.
Yeah.
But Sydney got eliminated.
I'm looking this up.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah. Obviously.
I mean, I haven't written down my notes unless I'm crazy. I don't think I am, but okay. So Deshaun blows up Evie's spot. Xander's upset with her for maybe 30 seconds. Leanne says to Xander, "Hey," playing her like, if I say to someone who has an idol, they have to give it to me. So she does it to Xander. Xander gives her, "I don't have it anymore." And
no, he said, "I don't. This is a fake."
Yeah, it's a fake. And she looked dumb.
Yeah.
And then like Evie starts running her mouth a little bit, and it's just like that yellow. I'm Yasi tribe. I still.
Damn, you were right. I was way off. I was off. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm glad I broke the news to you, like making your day a little better.
In my head, I was like, dude, like my fucking pick's gone. Like,
I got two picks gone.
I really thought that.
Yeah. So Xander gave it to Tiffany, and that's when we get a little flashback of what they were talking about. There's a segment of the show where like Kevin was referring to, where Leanne goes up and says, "Hey, what's going on?" And that time he had given the vote to Tiffany to hold. So Leanne doesn't get it. So that idol she have is gone. So there's only 3 idols in play now. We still have Xander's, which is in Tiffany's possession. We have Nasir's, who no one even mentions that Nasir has one. He's just like, he's just there.
He's smart one, dude.
Yeah.
He's the only one like not willing to use it. Everybody's just willing to throw these.
And then Shan, yeah, everyone is willing to say they have an idol except Nasir because he probably watched old Survivor and knows how to play.
Right.
Okay. So after this moment, and they realize that Leanne lost, then like Tribal goes into like a frenzy. Like they go into these whisper states. It was kind of similar to what happened at the that green tribe when JD got eliminated. They were just full whispering everywhere. But
episode 1 of the season,
it's just like it's kind of crazy. Like I've watched 15 seasons of the show now, and that hasn't happened once yet.
It does. It will.
It must happen later, but that hasn't happened at all when I've watched it, and I've watched almost half of the seasons now.
It's one of those things where, like, in Survivor, where it's like, oh, people have done something that's like, they literally are in survival mode, where it's
right.
This worked before. I'm throwing anything at it.
Right.
So one person did that, and then it's definitely not a standard thing, but. In fact, I find it very annoying. But
I don't really like it either because it kind of throws me for a loop. Because
Jeff let him do it. Like,
Jeff is just sitting there and he's just smiling. He's like,
yeah,
he loves it.
The more information he gets, the more like they can edit things.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's just sitting there loving life, probably like just mental like ejaculation in his head, like watching this.
Yeah, like, oh, just keep going.
Yeah, just keep eating yourself.
People are like, can we just go? Like, I think he really does push. Like, the more info we get, because they don't know everything. Like, there's no way they can record something, then watch it back word for word to like understand what these people are talking about for the next day. Where it's like they want to know the background. They have to skip through so they can start like their process stuff. But
so there's a point in the whispers where they think originally that Evie has the idol, so they're not going to vote for it. And I think Deshaun or somebody's like, "Yo,
split it." Yeah,
that was dumb.
Yeah.
They should have just voted. Why? I don't understand why they signaled out Sydney there. I still don't understand. Huh?
So they split it in hopes that one of them is going home. One of these two, they found them as the biggest threat. But if Evie, say there's an unknown immunity idol that happens to get thrown out, they have to protect that vote. They have to make sure that it's not going to land back then on that.
But it wasn't
like if they throw all the say they throw all their votes at whatever, but they still had the numbers to outbeat all of the other alliances votes.
Okay.
They split it so that they'll be able to like outvote the other alliances one vote at theirs, but still cover their ass that if it is something like there is a hidden immunity idol for the guy that they went for, the person they went for, then they get at least one of them out. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. I just, the way the votes came out, it was Sydney, Evie, and then Deshaun. So like, I don't understand. They could have tied here and then like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So like they could have tied there, then
Deshaun's votes are out. You re-vote, and those people that didn't vote for Deshaun
then it comes down to.
Well, she can't play her idol now.
Well, no, then it comes down to like a fire or like the stones. So it's like they're just hedging their odds of
I
getting
thought you only
down
did
to like a 50.
fire. I thought you only did Firestones when it was literally deadlocked. It wasn't deadlocked there because Deshaun is a factor.
What do you mean? How he's always been a factor.
No, I know, but normally in the seasons that I've watched, when it's goes to a fire off, it was even 2-2, 3-3. It was never like 3-3-2 and Deshaun. That's what I'm saying. Like a three-way tie, they might have been like, okay, we have to revote.
Well, no, they would do the revote.
Yeah,
actually, yeah. Then they should have all went.
Because then, if they did a revote, you can't play the idol now.
Yeah, then you do.
Then you can get rid of Evie. I mean, I'm just upset about this because Evie didn't get eliminated, and we were right there. Like I was like,
I know,
getting ready to jump. I was like on my seat. I was like ready to jump out. I was like, here we go.
The entire time, I was literally screaming like, "Call out Evie, not Zane." Like,
and then like the way, spoiler alert, Sydney gets eliminated. The other thing I missed is she played her shot in the dark. And I thought it was a dice, but they just gave her a roll.
Oh, that's right. She did go home. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so Sydney did her shot in the dark that got rid of her vote, which I think she would have voted for Deshaun, or which do you think she would have voted for Evie? That's the thing, like we don't know. And how do they know that?
Right. Well, I guess
she just
that is where this is where your concern comes in. Because they were playing that. So if she does play it, they split it. Then if she gets it, then they're fine, and one of them's gone.
Okay, all right. It's just there's just so much stuff going on that like
I know it's a lot. Like, and in my head, watching it, you're like, holy shit.
And like I kind of wish that Jeff explained it a little more. And here's the other thing, Kev, is Deshaun played his 2 votes, and they still lost. Like Evie didn't get eliminated. Like what happened there? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they should have thrown it. It just
didn't make a lot of sense of like how the numbers worked out. Where like Sydney lost her vote. Another thing I just forgot to mention about the Deshaun doing double votes because I didn't know until the credits where they're showing like who everyone actually voted for, and he has 2 votes. And I was like,
well, they did show him when he was going up for it.
But we didn't know if he actually did it. Like he could have saved it, but like I just don't know how they came out of that with an L, like that big of an L. They got 2 L's. They didn't get the idol, and they didn't
get Evie.
I just didn't understand why Sydney got the boot there.
I don't know. I'm gonna miss her too. She was.
But the one thing here's what I like. Here's another thing I need to say. I don't like Ricard, but I think Ricard might be going to war against Evie, and I got to go with my boy Ricard here.
Oh, I'm taking him over her.
Yeah. And I think that might be happening next episode.
Yeah.
So
I think because weren't they like pulling it out, and it came down to like the tie, and somebody was pissed, like God damn it, Ricard, or like thanks a lot. Like they verbally said.
Yeah, I think he had a confession where he's like, I don't like Evie.
Yeah, it was something like that,
or Tiffany or something like that. I don't know, but
somebody went against.
Yeah, but it was kind of a nuts tribal. It's kind of hard for us to explain. Like, if you're a fan of the show, obviously you watch it. But if you're new, like you happen to stumble on this YouTube page and you're like, this is the first episode you're gonna watch of us, you need to go watch this episode because it's really hard for even us to explain, and we've been keeping up with it.
Yeah, I agree. The one issue I have with this season, I don't know if I brought this up last week or not, but didn't we get word that like the entire time they're talking, Jeff is referring to a monster, and we've never heard.
Yeah, that was that when we did the preview. There's like something called a monster. We don't know what it is.
Right. I don't think that's the thing. I think that's
that was just a made up thing that whatever that Barstool guy.
Just a clickbait type of thing.
It could be. You never know. I missed the game within the game again because it was they were getting like lightning quick. Like they're just like gone. I missed it. So like we're behind on that. But and this is another one where it's like this, like we don't really have that much to talk about because it's half of a true episode.
Yeah.
So there's not really much going on. So I mean, like I guess.
But that always makes next episode that much better.
Yeah. But like before we get out of here, so what do you think? Because they're going to do a merge. who do you think like the power players are here?
It depends on Deshaun, I think, at this point.
Okay.
I think Deshaun is pissed, and it's how he's going to
Yeah.
present himself coming back.
Right.
If he doesn't make a big deal out of it, and he goes and it keeps playing the game, starts getting a little like strategic about things, I think it's fine. However, if he comes in pissed off that he had 3 votes or 2 votes against him
And runs
and
it now.
focusing on figuring out who did that, he's done.
Yeah, that's a recipe.
Then
for disaster.
that fucks up everything.
Right. The one thing that I think is good for us as a whole is that tribe, Deshaun's tribe, Luvu, they're absorbing that green tribe. It seems like they're like Shan and Ricard are leaning more towards like that tribe because Shan is really like clicking with the other like African American contestants. And Ricard, I think
I still don't trust that Shan.
No, I don't trust Shan either, but I think for the long
in with Ricard.
Yeah, but Ricard's with him too on the blue team, like that side.
I know. I just don't. I think at the end of the day, Shan's gonna walk away from Ricard.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna happen at some point.
I don't.
They have the
like
numbers.
there's an opportunity to get him out. She won't just bite his head off and go.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. We're hoping the countdown for Evie to be out of here. Here's the other thing. How is Tiffany still here? I don't understand how she's still in this game. She's like skating by.
She's a shield, dude.
Man, she sucks at challenges.
She's a shield. That's 100% what it is. They saw it from day one. I mean, we saw it earlier, but she's a shield. Let her think that she's in the game. Let her think that she has a chance. Let her think that if you take her to number 2, oh, I'm gonna have an opportunity to outtalk this. No, you're a shield. You're literally an extra vote for me to get through, and that's all.
Is that Heather girl still here? That older blonde woman?
Yes, Stifler's mom.
Dude, she wasn't even on the episode yesterday.
She was for like a second.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, if there's not a better person to like look alike of Stifler's mom, it's her.
It's her.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's just
the one who came up with the word MILF.
Right. It just comes back to us not having camp life. Like I don't know a lot of people that aren't like involved in the drama, and hopefully that change. I think that's going to change though, because they're going to have a lot more time.
Well, they're merging. They're going to be all together.
And like there's going to be a lot more scheming. So we're going to be, which is good.
This is where the game began.
Yeah.
Like this is the.
Yeah, so I still got some faith that it's gonna be good. I hope. No, I don't want it that many more idols. Like it's just getting a little. Just let them play. You know, like when when there's too many whistles or flags in a sports game, like let them play. Let them play a little bit.
Yeah, seriously, exactly. You can't call everything.
Yeah, I agree.
However, I'm with you 100%, but I could just totally see them. Now let's just push the idols. Let's push the
very possible.
Bring back the fucking auction.
Yeah, I would like to see that. But
I watched this like short on the rise and fall of the auction for Survivor, and it's actually really good. There's this one channel that does like they break down. Here's the history. This is what happened. Like kind of was saying like. This happened one time in tribal and people saw that it worked. Now it's like a standard where they break down. It's like, oh yeah, this is what happened. Auction 1, auction 2. This is where like the unfairness happened. Like how it was unfair to do that. And then everybody started jumping in on that. They're just trying to not let anybody have any idea or like they want to get back to
no
like
advantages
how Survivor but in turn they're using advantages to have that happen. Right. So it's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, oh well. I mean I don't know what else to say about it. I mean it's just we're doing it live. What do you have anything else before we close out here?
No. I hope Deshaun stays alive now that I realize he
Yeah,
did.
yeah. I mean, he's definitely.
I'm an idiot. I did actually see that. I don't know why. I think I just saw him getting pissed and assumed he was done. And,
Yeah, that's all right.
well,
Well, I mean, at least I gave you a positive note there that it's everything's
yeah.
okay. All right, so we're gonna leave here. Thanks for watching. Definitely check out our other things that we have been doing. We've been doing like Bachelor. Once Bill gets back from his honeymoon, I think we're really gonna try to do more things when we have more time because Bill's been busy and I've been busy. Kevin's been busy. We're gonna try to do some more fun stuff, maybe on like a weekend where we're a little buzzed.
I've been the busiest.
Yeah. So, all right, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next week. See you later.
See ya.